Hello and welcome to Cooking the Books with Heather. Today we're going to continue working out of the Poole's Diner cookbook here, and we're going to make one that I think the kids are going to love. I really hope they do. We're going to make marinated avocados with apples, blue cheese, and almonds. And they love apples, they love avocados, they don't love blue cheese, they like almonds, so hopefully this will be good. I'm sure it will be good. Hopefully it'll be good for them. So first we're gonna make a dressing for this salad. I don't know why it's called marinated avocados. You don't actually really marinate anything in this, but you do make a dressing. And it's different than the standard vinaigrette dressings, but I've already got my shallots chopped and they are marinating in cider vinegar. That has to happen for like 15 minutes. So I went ahead and got that started, and I have a timer set, so that'll probably go off soon. And I'm gonna continue chopping my ingredients. Just to let you know, I have some Marcona almonds here that I've chopped up. I have some creamy blue cheese that I have weighed but haven't crumbled, which I'll do when I put it in the bowl, and then I'll probably lick my fingers. There's my timer. It's been sitting for at least 15 minutes. That's good. I have some grainy mustard in this measure container thingy, whatever. And that goes in the dressing as well as a little bit of Dijon mustard. Don't know why you get both. And also some sorghum, which we used for our pork recipe recently, and that's one of the reasons why we're making this, because we had a bunch of sorghum and wanted to use it up. Now I'm going to slice some red onions. Now this calls for half of a small one. I'd say this is kind of a medium onion, so I might use a little bit less than half. Try and gather my trash over there. Now this recipe also calls for daikon radish. There were 0 radishes to be had at the grocery store when my husband went. It is, you know, special times right now, but I'm gonna slice this thinly. So I have my bowl to put all of my ingredients in that we're going to add the dressing to and let them get them coated. And that includes these onions, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that in here. And those I'll just put away in the refrigerator. The other thing that I need to prepare for this is a Pink Lady apple. I've already cored it, you can see. I'm going to cut it in half, and then I'm going to cut it in slices. Oh wow, I didn't core it that long ago and I already got pretty brown, so I'm glad I didn't slice it up early. I think they use a mandolin for this, but I am just going to cut it as thin as I can. There's my apple. Now I'm going to go ahead and make my dressing and hopefully get that in there before the apples brown too badly. So we start with these shallots and their vinegar that they were sitting in. It kind of mellows out the shallots a little bit to do that. That's a standard vinaigrette thing to do. All right, so we're gonna add the mustards and the syrup here. So I've got my grainy mustard. Now I've got to measure my Dijon mustard, and if I don't have quite enough, I don't really care, honestly, because I might not. This is almost the end. I think that will be close enough, especially considering there's a lot of other mustard in here as well. All right, and now I'm going to use the same thing, the same measuring cup, to measure my sorghum. There we go. So as I said in my previous video, I ordered this online, and it happens to be one of her favorite brands, so that's good. And then just dump this in here. And we're gonna whisk this together to get the emulsification started with the vinegar and the mustard, and get the sorghum mixed up in that. I'm gonna clean up just a little bit. So now the base of our vinaigrette is all ready here, and we're going to, just like the other times that we've done this for her with the instructions in the book, we're going to whisk this in a thin stream. So, and if I didn't say, this is a neutral vegetable oil. So not olive oil, something with a neutral flavor. I use grapeseed oil, as usual. So since this has a lot of mustard in it, I think it'll probably hold the emulsion pretty well. So now to this, I just need to add my Marcona almonds. I also found these online because we couldn't find them in the store, and my husband said we could not do without them or substitute. We are doing without daikon radish, however. He doesn't like radish. He does like almonds. So now I'm going to crumble in this, and she suggests a creamy blue cheese crumbled. So not one that's like really, really creamy that you could like spread on bread, but you know, I think we went with a gorgonzola, a creamy gorgonzola blue. And we're gonna have way more of this vinaigrette than we need for this, but that means we can have it for our salads for, she says it keeps in the refrigerator for a week. I've had luck for much longer than that, but you know, be careful. And just so you can see, this is the kind of almonds that I bought. They are in olive oil and salt. They are fried. They were what I could get delivered relatively quickly. So got all of our ingredients here, and we need to add a quarter of a cup of this dressing that we made to our salad. So this is going to be super fun and potentially messy. Not too bad. I'm surprised. Oh, actually, I think I was probably supposed to add some salt to that. Yes, I was supposed to add salt to that. So let's do that. Let's add this back in and whisk it up a little bit more with salt to taste. So I'm gonna add a decent amount, but not too much. And then we're gonna do all that messy stuff again. And so now we're just gonna put this on our on our salad mixture, and we're going to add some extra salt to this because you know all that those other ingredients haven't been salted, and I didn't make the vinaigrette very salty, so we can use it on anything, and some pepper. All right, and we're going to just mix that up, get everything coated. Really wish I had cut the apples in half or something so it'd be easier to eat, but I feel like that is a good coating of the ingredients here. All right, so now we're gonna leave this be and get this off my board. So I have my plates that I plan to serve it on, and avocados. Each plate gets half an avocado, and I'm supposed to do these special fan it out, cut it in slices, but not all the way, and fan it out. I'm gonna see how that works, and I'm hoping that they are good, because you know avocados, they could be good, could be bad, hard to tell. These have been in the refrigerator since I thought they look pretty good, since I thought they were done a little earlier than we needed them, and then so you leave them in the refrigerator and they will last a little bit longer. So this one is good. I'll try and get that out. Well, that's not great, but not bad. I'm gonna put the rest of a little bit of avocado in there, because why not? Take off the yucky brown bit on the outside. And there we go. And I'm gonna try, that one went a little bit better and it looks a little bit nicer. I'm going to try to cut this the way she says, but I haven't had much luck with that before. And already, a little thicker than I intended. It will be delicious even so. When you get these at the restaurant, they're just beautiful. I can't do that. But it's not bad. I think that's pretty. It's not quite as paper thin as hers, but it's pretty. So now I have to find a place to put all of these. So now all I have to do is, I want to give this another little mix and then divide it relatively evenly on top of my avocados. So I'm trying to get my apples all separated so they're not still stuck to the one they were next to. Not too bad. All right. And just sort of give each one some of the mixture. I got quite a bit. A little bit for me. That is the dish, but one thing, she does say to garnish it with a thin drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. So, there we go. That's it. We'll let you know how it tastes. On this episode of Cooking the Books with Heather, you watched me make, I'm gonna read this from the book, Marinated Avocados with Apples, Blue Cheese, and Almonds from the Poole Diner Cookbook. We left out one ingredient because we couldn't find it easily. But other than that, it was relatively easy to find. We did have to order something online, the sorghum for the dressing, for the vinaigrette. I love that vinaigrette. It's very stable, not shelf stable, but in the refrigerator, it does not separate. There's so much mustard in there that it stays emulsified, which is great. I've used it on some salads since then. It's delicious. Really love it. Highly recommend it. And because it was apples and almonds and avocados, everybody in the family loved it. We ate all of it. We will probably do a variation of this kind of salad again and again. And especially now that we have the dressing in the refrigerator, that'll last us for, it'll probably last at least a couple weeks in the refrigerator. I don't know if she says how long, but it's vinegar. I have good luck with keeping vinaigrettes in the refrigerator without bad things happening. Anyway, so we give this 4 thumbs up from this family. And it was pretty easy, not difficult. So if you enjoyed watching me make this, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to come back and watch me make something else next week.